I don't even think I'd heard a swear word till I was...
The book is about the let them theory, which has actually, I'm not that far into
it. Hey, welcome to episode 12 of the Duncan and Deanna show, where we talk about homeschool, health, and a little bit of business and anything else that's controversial.
Yeah.
Okay, take it away.
I don't know, have anything to say.
You said it was the Deanna show tonight, so I'm here to watch.
Yeah, but I need you to lead me.
That's funny. Well, you know what I was thinking of the other day was how, and it's like, it gets me going.
Oh, good.
Like it motivates me.
Okay.
Is I think every once in a while of people that like, that want to see you fail or whatever. You know, like there's people that are like, oh yeah, look, they're doing that stupid podcast, or, you know, they're doing whatever dumb stuff. They're taking the Cardone training, they're doing this or that, or like there's always, like I just know there's people that are like that. And it's a lot of time gets me going to like, okay, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do it more. And I bet there's people that are like, that are out there that are like, oh, you know, if we say we got divorced or something, they'd be happy because they'd be like, I knew it. I knew they couldn't like make it or whatever. I knew that it wouldn't work. I knew that they actually didn't have you know, it was all fake on Instagram and stuff. Like I guarantee you there's people like that. Everybody has those
people too.
Oh, like probably. Not just us. Well, like not everybody. Maybe, but the more you put yourself out there, the more you have that. Yeah. Like the more you know, there's people that are like, oh, they're going to fail and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And that would be secretly glad, but they would pretend not to be.
Yeah.
And that gets me going. True. That makes me like want to just do more and more.
Yeah. Well, I realized recently that like some of the stuff that people are like, pick you apart or comment on about me or whatever, I'm like, that is such like a little tiny thing that I'm like, hey, if you're gonna pick apart the tiny little nothing part of my life,
like what?
Like not owning a house.
Oh.
like that's just, then obviously you're gonna find anything to have a weird little comment about.
Yeah.
So like exactly. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a funny one too. Cause it's like people are so, I think it's becoming less of a thing, but it's still a pretty like hardcore thing that like, unless you own a house, it doesn't matter. It could be a piece of crap. It could be a mobile home. It could be a flipping dump that was built like years ago and you gotta do all these renos to, but you own a home, so now you've made it.
Yeah.
And it's like we just let someone else do the renos. We're paying probably less than we'd pay for a mortgage for this place. Everything's brand new in it. The yards are brand new. Mm-hmm. And when we want to move out, we just move.
Yep.
Simple. If we could find another place, we could just move.
Yep.
So it's like like we were talking about earlier, I think owning a place would be sweet if it's like a sweet place where you're like, okay, I wanted to, you know, own this place, not just because it's a place that you own.
Yeah.
Like it's a sweet place regardless.
Live in a fixer-upper.
Yeah, forget that.
I will not be living there.
Barely could fix the dishwasher.
It won't be fixed up. Like, let's move into this fixer-upper. 20 years later, we'd be in the same...
No, I wouldn't move in. I couldn't move into one because we basically lived in one, but it was a rental.
Yeah, and it just
now that we're in like a place that's nice, there's no way I would want to go. Oh yeah, let's. But it's ours. We lease it from the bank essentially. Like you don't own the bloody thing. Quit paying the bank and quit paying the tax, and all of a sudden it's not yours anymore. So
it's true.
You give the bank an income or you give some other local person an income. You know, if you want to look at it that way, I would say renting's
But
even better.
like a lot of people's argument is like, oh, building equity or whatever.
Yeah, but it's BS.
I don't know anything about it, so I can't
Because it's like,
say anything about it, but that is an argument.
yeah, you could build equity in the place. Okay, sure. Until, say, you buy a place right now. Like in the 80s, people bought a place. It took 20 years for it to come back to what it was worth when they bought it. So you buy a place, and then what if everything crashes? It doesn't necessarily guaranteed go up. And if you can buy a place, then buy rentals, buy an apartment, buy something that you make money on, buy an office.
But
Buy something that's going to generate cash flow, because a house is just, it costs you money. Like the equity that you get, you would spend that over the years in maintaining and keeping the place going. Whereas when you rent a place, generally it's like the appliances are included. So say the fridge quits, well, there's $3,000 you don't have to spend. Like the furnace quits, there's whatever that is, $15,000 you don't have to spend. The roof gets a leak, come fix the roof. $20,000 you don't have to spend. Like so you buy a crappy house and you build this supposed equity, but you might as well just dumped all the money in a savings account and probably would have done the same. So
I don't even know what equity is, so.
equity, that's like as you pay the house off and its value goes up. Say you buy $1 million place and it increases value over the next 20 years to 2 million, and you've paid off like $100,000 of it. Now you've got like $1.2 million equity in the place because the value of it went up, and you only owe this much. You only owe $800,000 and it's worth 2. You could sell it and you would pay off the $800,000 and get 1.2 million.
I see.
Basically. Yeah. But it's not like, yeah, you could gain some equity, and if you do it in the right market, like there's a bunch of people that probably sold during COVID and did really well, or they just luck time, like they didn't plan it, they lucked and hit the market just right, bought right before COVID when it was low. Like yeah, there's so many different things where you only ever hear the times it goes right for people. You don't hear the times it goes wrong. Like you rarely ever hear the times stuff goes sideways. I think you mostly hear like about all these people that like, oh, this guy, he did this and made all this money, or he did that. And, you don't hear the people that don't do, it doesn't work out too well. They don't go tell anybody.
No.
The only bad stuff you hear is the really bad, where like everybody knows because it went really bad. So it's kind of funny. But I used to feel that way, like, oh, piece of crap because we don't have a house or whatever. And then I switched my thinking, and I don't even want one right now.
Well, we've lived in so many different places that I'm like, then we would have been stuck somewhere. Like, I don't even know where I want to live.
We could still be stuck in 4150 Highland Park Drive.
Yeah.
Which wasn't a bad place.
No, it wasn't. No, I mean like different towns. Which every town I've lived in, I've liked.
Yeah,
but also, like, how do you choose which one to live?
But I've never, like, lived in a place where I'm like, yeah, this is the place. Like, people buy a home and they get stuck. Like, we know people that have bought a place and they were supposedly fixing it up and going to sell it and flip it, and they still live there like 10 years later. And it's like they're stuck there because if now the market's slow, you can't even sell, or very hard to sell, especially if it's a piece of junk that you kind of fixed up and lipstick together. And the market's slow, and then what? Now you're stuck with the place. Whereas, I mean, depend on where you live, but like, I don't know, here anyway in BC, a rental, you pretty much zero, you might lose your damage deposit, but we could just walk out of this place tomorrow and probably wouldn't, there's nothing that could really happen.
No.
Even though it's on a year agreement, but it's not like it's laws are so tweaked in the rent tenants' favor here.
For the tenants, yeah.
Not a place I would want to be a landlord.
Here?
In BC.
Oh.
because it's
Is
so.
it just BC that's like that?
Yeah, BC's the worst. Canada overall is whatever. Alberta's better for that, but there's some U.S. states that are really good. If a person was gonna buy rentals like you, I wouldn't. I don't even know if I would in Canada. Seem kind of silly to buy them in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, it's your turn now.
To talk about something?
Yeah. What?
I don't know what else to say.
Why not?
Because I'm on the spot. Put on the spot.
Oh. Put on the spot. I had other, like I make notes of stuff we should talk about, but then I used my phone, so then I can't
Oh, right.
see what the notes are.
Should have been better prepared. I told you.
Told me
I
what?
reminded you before. I was like, do you know what you're talking about? Because I don't.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to talk. That guy was, I don't know if he's got a crush on you or what, but he sure wants you to talk on these things.
Yeah. Got a crush on you. No.
He was saying I talk over you all the time, which I do quite a bit.
You do a lot, and it does.
Well,
bug
especially
people
on
because
the-
I've heard other people say that too.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they just
And
feel
it bugs
bad for
me.
poor Deanna.
Yeah.
It's annoying when you're watching it and you're like,
Yeah, it is.
but when I feel like it's mostly when we're doing the podcast, if we get on a topic where I'm like pretty opinionated
Yeah.
about.
You're just louder.
Yeah. Well, that's how I get my way. I just ram through it.
Which that's something interesting. I'm reading that book by Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
That's something I could talk about. The Let Them Theory, which I think is super interesting.
Get out of here.
But then one of my friends who watches, she said that Let Them Theory, like, it was from somebody else. And then, like, she just, like, stole it or whatever. And then I was reading
Mel
about
is a
it.
girl or a guy?
Mel, a girl.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was a dude.
No. And then I was reading something else, like it came up on Instagram or whatever, and I was reading about it because some people don't like her because of that or whatever. And then whoever was saying it was like, whoever's the loudest is the one that's heard or whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
I thought of you and right now. I'm like, yeah, Duncan's loud, so he's going to be heard over me.
Well, there's like when people say, oh, someone else came up with the idea. Like, how stupid is that?
Like, there's very few probably original ideas.
There's
if you
none.
come out with some like amazing idea, someone else has probably already thought of it.
King Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes, whatever, 3,000 years ago or whatever it'd be. And he says there's no new thing under the sun. Like, there's nothing new. People aren't coming up with new
You
stuff.
just have to be loud if you want.
And there's like Dan Martell. There's some guy that supposedly came up with the stuff that Dan Martell teaches. But there's always going to be people that claim they came up with it too.
Like I posted
And
this
I've
or
never
whatever,
heard of
it's
the
like,
dude.
oh my.
And you hear of Dan Martell, and then he was like, the only time I ever heard of this guy, and I don't even remember his name, is he was making it was a video of him complaining about how Dan stole his frameworks and his ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, go cry me a river. Like, yeah, be
You
loud.
see that on social media sometimes too. I just saw a video like someone else went viral for this lady's like, you know how like on Instagram or whatever, it's just trends. Like people will
6,
take
7.
Yeah, it's just like someone started that and then it took off, and or like that. What's that trend? Oh, like, why am I blanking at it? It's like
I don't follow trends.
you.
so I don't know.
Someday someone's gonna tell you this, and it's important that you don't listen to them.
Oh, that
whatever.
thing. Yeah, I see
Like,
that thing. I do.
That
see
was just one example, but someone
Or sometimes
started,
it says it's very important that you do.
Yeah. But someone was the first one to make that, right? And then people
Yeah.
just like kind of go off it. But anyway, this person was really offended because she made this like trend, and then somebody else that was like had more followers than her did it and went viral.
That's the only
Whatever,
way it
and she
became a
was
trend
so
is because
upset.
somebody else did
I'm
it.
like, that's social media.
That's the only way a trend works. If
Yeah.
no one else did it, it wouldn't be a trend.
Exactly.
People are ridiculous. Like an idea, is stupid. If you're like, oh, I have an idea. People have ideas all the time. Most people have ideas and do nothing about the idea. They just have an idea and they're like, and then they'll go, like, I'll say, here's what idea I had. I remember when Bitcoin was $1 and I was like, I should just buy a Bitcoin just because it'd be funny. I had no idea how. So then I just was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, this is a dumb thing, but I should buy one just so I can say I have like a Bitcoin. And it was $1 for a Bitcoin.
What's it now? I don't know anything about Bitcoin.
67,000. It's low right now. It was over 100,000 a bit ago.
Definitely should have. What?
But like, so many people say that, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if I'd have bought it when it was $1, do you think I would have kept it past like $1,000? Probably not.
Probably not.
Or 100 even.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, oh, I got to get rid of this thing. This is sweet.
Yeah.
So then and same thing with ideas. Everyone's like, oh, I had that idea. Okay, cool. You know what? I have 100 ideas every day that I don't do.
Yeah.
And I do a couple of them. But when I have, that's, I think, a lot of the difference between people that make it and people that are just still, like, we had the idea to do this podcast. I bet you there's tons of people that are like...
people like, oh, I should start a podcast.
Yeah.
But never would. Because they're scared of the haters.
And then, yeah, maybe. That almost killed ours. But now you don't care, it seems like, or you care less.
I'm getting over it.
But
the hater's going to hate whether I'm on a podcast or not.
Yeah, exactly. But so we had the idea and we literally started it that night.
I have a picture.
Of what?
Of you saying.
Me what?
Let's start a podcast.
A video?
No, a picture.
How do you have a picture of me saying something?
Because I was laughing so hard.
Oh.
And I like took a picture of you and you were like...
Like you thought it was dumb?
I thought it was hilarious because we were just sitting here. I was sitting there, you were sitting there, and you're like, Deanna, we should start a podcast.
That's funny.
You don't
well, I
remember that?
probably
And I was
thought of it
laughing
before
so
that,
hard.
and then I just was like, oh, we actually should. Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Really?
I just know, like, we did it, and then we
take a
just
picture of
started
you.
doing it.
Yep.
And we're supposed to do it every
below
day.
if you've thought about starting a podcast, because I had before, like years ago, like, oh, it'd be kind of fun. You just sit and talk.
But imagine if we started 1 year ago. I just talked over you.
I know.
But imagine if we started 1 year ago.
What would we have to talk about?
Like we would be way ahead. We have
yeah,
15 subscribers now, and we would have like 15,000 or million or something.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Beast started 10 years ago. And the guy's got whatever.
I don't even have any
hundreds
idea
of
who Mr.
millions
Beast is.
of subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, you just got to do it. Just do it.
But then there's people that are like, oh, I can't now because Duncan and Deanna started one. Like, you know how that thought, oh, I'd look like I'm just doing it because they're doing it, or oh, I can't do this because this guy did it, and like, you know, that sort of thing. So funny. People are
so instead, I'm going to be a hater.
Weird. Like, why do people concern themselves so much with what other people think? Most of the time, nobody's even thinking about you.
That's what that book is about. The Let Them Theory, which it has actually, I'm not that far into it, but it has been very eye-opening. Maybe that's why I'm caring less and less, because it says in the book about how, like, you let other people control your lives. And it says, like, everyone's going to have an opinion of you. Like, I have an opinion of you. Like when you leave your alarm clock light on in the morning, like every morning I'm like, oh, why did you leave that freaking? And then I'm a little bit annoyed, but I still love you. Right? And like even in that moment, and like even there can be like your mom, there can be stuff that bugs you about your mom, like just little things or whatever, but you still love them. Like literally everybody has their own little opinion about you, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when you leave the coffee maker unclean.
Yeah, he still loves me.
You said that.
What?
I'm just kidding. You say. That is a funny thing. Separate from that, like kind of related, is like the stuff that, like we were talking about the other day about what bugs you or me or whatever. And that was, I think that's when you said about the alarm clock thing.
And then Did you think about it today? Was that yesterday? Did you think about it today when you left your alarm clock light on?
I turned it down.
Yeah, but
I made sure it was at like 4.
which is still on though.
Yeah, but it's just like a light glow.
You're like,
You got to
Deanna's
get
not
up. You
gonna
just
like
got to
this.
get up. No, I turned it down. I did think of it. I was like, oh, I should turn it down a bit.
I said turn it off.
I think you need to get up, so I just leave it on a little bit so you
not wanna
know
get up
that
that
you
early.
should be getting up.
No.
Yeah, I think that getting up early is important. Like, I don't think there's any such thing as night owls or people that like to get up early or anything. I think you just train yourself to whatever you want.
Yep.
And I think that
Well,
getting
I know
up
why
early
I don't get
is
up early. I would like to get up early.
it will
but
just do it. That's how
I
simple it is.
also
You
like
just
to
do
stay
it.
up late.
You just do it. You get up, like, we'll be done this here pretty quick.
And it's like 10 o'clock.
Not even. So then we just hit
Yeah,
the
it
sack. It's probably 9:30 right now.
I can't see the clock.
But we just go to bed and get up at 5. Simple.
Simple.
I think, what do you think's easier? Because you were saying you got to go to bed earlier and earlier, but I think you got to just start getting up early and then you'd be tired enough in the evening to go to bed. How much sleep do you get every night?
10:30. 8 hours, probably.
That's crazy.
But women need more sleep than men.
I got 8.5 hours the other day, and it was the longest sleep I'd had in 30 days.
Yeah, but do you know
And then
what?
I got 8 the other day, and it was like, congratulations, when I slept into 6 by accident instead of getting up at 5. And it was like, my whoop was like, congratulations, you recovered some sleep time by a certain amount of minutes. And then last night, I was up till pretty much 10:30 and got up at 5, and I lost 76 minutes.
Really?
But I think I averaged like 6.5 to 7.
Women
Which
do
is why I
need
can-
less sleep, or more sleep, I mean. But I just have a hard time because in the morning, like, I just feel like if I got up, no matter what time I would get up, a kid would be up with me, which is fine. But I'm
I don't
guaranteed
think
alone
so.
time at night.
I get up and sit out here and read and do my journal and all my stuff for 2 hours and nobody's
but
up
they
the
just,
whole
like,
time.
They would sense like,
Well, you'd
oh,
have
no,
to try and see. You're just
my
making
mom is
this up.
sitting by herself. I must get up.
This sounds like the proverb where it's like the lazy person lays in his bed and says, a lion's out in the streets. I have to stay in bed. That's what it sounds like. You're just making up things for why you couldn't.
No, I'm not. I actually.
When's the last time you got up at 5?
No, I don't get up at 5 ever.
there we
Like,
go.
up early for me is 6, and I actually love getting up early and getting up before the kids, especially. And I did between every one of the kids. This one I'm having a hard time switching though. Like, I obviously don't get up early when they're
leave
really
my alarm
little.
clock on brighter so you can get up.
But like when I was I think when I was pregnant I would still get up early. But then the newborn and whatever, I got into a different routine of sleeping in a bit more. But I do love getting up early. It's just so hard to switch it. Because I do stay up late.
What do you think all the Epstein's Island stuff?
I don't look at it, and I don't want to look at it.
Why don't you look at it? I'm just curious.
I have seen like maybe a couple of people like talking about it, but
Yeah.
I have absolutely
Like the
no
Epstein
idea.
files and stuff?
I don't know anything about it. I know that it's disturbing.
Did you know that there's people doing disgusting, wicked stuff before that?
Before what?
Before they found out all this stuff?
When did they find out about all this stuff?
Well, I mean, they kind of started to say stuff about it a while ago, but now all these files are supposedly coming out.
I read some really disturbing things back in 2019.
Oh, why in 2019?
I don't know. That was
That's
like
super specific.
during COVID. I remember because
That's before COVID.
No, it was like right at the beginning.
Started in 2020.
Well, it was like right at the beginning because I had just had Willow. And I remember reading some stuff about it, and then I was very disturbed, and then I haven't looked at it since because I'm like, that was really disturbing.
Yeah. I don't look at it either. Like, I, for some reason, see it, probably just because of the stuff I, like, tend to like to read or follow. But I see it sometimes, but I just scroll by. Because, well, for starters, like, I think I was raised a bit different. I think, like, I got to try and raise these kids the same way. But in that aspect is that we knew as kids, like, Dad talked to us about how much disgusting and evil stuff there is in the world. And so we never had this idea that, like, the world's just such a nice place. Like, we knew there's people doing some disgusting, wicked, evil things, and you got to be careful of people. And it doesn't matter who it is, just be careful, because you never know. And people are evil creatures. Like, they always tend, societies and cultures always tend towards evil. But I think a lot of people weren't raised with that conscious idea. And so I think now that all this stuff's coming out, they're just absolutely floored that, like, their favorite celebrity or their politician or their whoever that they looked up to was part of all this insanely, like, just gruesomely, disgustingly wicked stuff.
I definitely wasn't like floored. Like, I knew that there was like a lot of evil in like Hollywood and stuff. That wasn't new news. But some of what was I've read was like, okay, like that is a bit more than I expected.
Really? Drinking kids' blood and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's that's why I'm like, stuff like, even I don't much for movies or anything, and obviously I wasn't raised watching movies and stuff. And I've seen a few here and there, but I'm not, part of me, because I know that there's all this disgusting stuff, even with, you know, Hollywood and whatever, that I feel like if you're buying that stuff or you're supporting it. You're funding it.
Yeah.
And it's not, you don't need it. You don't need movies. You don't need all this garbage. You don't need to watch TV. You don't need to.
I don't have the attention span for them anyway.
You just need social media so you can follow the Duncan and Deanna show.
That's all you need it for.
But why? What's the value? Like, you and I both think the same way. And I figured you did. But what would be the there's no value in getting all churned up about all that stuff. What are you going to do, right? Like, if you could know every dirty, disgusting detail, and all it's going to do is make you feel gross, and you're not going to, what are you going to do? Go shoot them all?
You just protect your children.
But that's what you do already.
Yeah.
Like, it's already, I mean, maybe it helps some people be a little more cautious and whatever, but at the same time, it's not like there's just people ripping around scoping your kids out trying to take them all the time either. Like, you can't get paranoid.
No.
And I think you have to have a little bit of faith in God. That's where it's nice to have some faith in God that, like, hey, he is in control of everything. Because you could get so paranoid and worried and whatever that it'd be just insane. But you can't. And then for me, it's like, okay, well, I focus on what I'm doing and what we're letting into our house and letting, you know, what the kids get to see and do. And that's part of the reason why I would never be wanting them to go to school, because who knows what they'd be seeing and hearing.
Yeah.
And looking at and learning and talking about and whatever, right? Like, kids just do some weird flipping stuff. You don't know why they come up with it anyway, let alone when you stick a bunch of them together and then you have some of them that have weird, twisted, messed up parents or something, and you just never know. It's not worth it to me. Life's short and kids' lives are precious, and you should raise your own kids and school them yourself.
I love when people are like, oh, you can't just shelter your kids forever or whatever. Like, that's like an argument against
You can't shelter them
homeschool
for
or
long
whatever,
enough.
and it's like,
That's what I say.
I can shelter. I can definitely shelter them.
Yeah, shelter
They
them as long
are
as you can. You
7
should.
years old.
You should shelter them as long as you can, because they're gonna find stuff out too soon anyway. I was fairly sheltered from a lot of stuff, and I'm glad I was, because I remember learning stuff in grade 10. I had no idea about what some
Oh yeah, I
stuff
remember
meant
learning
and
stuff
whatever.
in grade 7 that like was way too old for me.
Yeah, well, grade 10, I mean, you're getting where you think you're old,
Yeah.
but like that's when I went to school.
Oh yeah.
And there's lots of
Yeah.
stuff I had no idea about, and kids would make fun of me and stuff because I didn't know all this like silly stuff or sexual stuff or whatever. But it was like, looking back, it was pretty sweet to be like
you're gonna
completely
learn all
sheltered.
those stuff. Like
I was
not
way
all
more
of them.
sheltered than these kids were. Like, I don't even think I'd heard a swear word till I was, I don't know how old.
Really?
Like, there was one it was like F U Berto was written on the bridge above our driveway, like that train bridge where I grew up. And we would read it when we were riding underneath, and mom and dad just never said anything because, like, if you make a big deal, then kids think whatever. But I remember like, oh, what's that? Like trying to read it and stuff.
Yeah,
No idea what it was.
that's funny.
And then there was a spray painted naked girl in the inside. It's still there, like inside the train bridge. And us boys just thought that was hilarious because somebody spray painted a naked, like full size woman. It was very not a good spray painting. Like, it was just a blue line spray paint, right, with boobs and stuff. And we like thought that was pretty funny.
That's funny. Yeah, like all that stuff like that you're sheltering your kids from, like chances are like when they get older they're gonna know all this stuff, but then they're at an appropriate age.
Yeah, but just shelter them as long as you
deal
can.
with that.
They don't
Not
need
like
to
a
see it and know
10-year-old.
that stuff. No, there's zero benefit to them being
No.
exposed to anything even slightly. Like, there's just no point. I would love to hear
then
someone, I want to
know.
get someone on here that'll argue the opposite. That's like, you should send your kids to public school, and you
so that
should
they get prepared,
expose them to graphic stuff, and you should blah, blah, blah. I'll like let the
It
kids
just
see dead
normalizes
people and
it.
stuff. I think that's fine.
Really?
Yeah. And like we weren't ever sheltered from that, like death, which I think is a good thing. Don't shelter kids from death. Death is a fact, and you get used to death, and then it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 11 dogs die on us growing up, so we got used to it. Plus we had animals, goats.
Die. I had one, and we had her for her whole life.
I have zero like
Wild.
compassion for people when they're like, oh, my dog died, I have to take the day off work. Which
And you're like, oh, I had a dog.
a
die
guy
in
that
a
works
year.
for us took a day off work because his dog died, and I told him
I
after,
do
I was like,
not
I
blame
didn't have, like, I might seem cold about it. I'm like, I had 11 dogs when I was a kid. I don't really, a dog dying is just another
Oh my
animal
goodness.
dying in
I
my
can
books.
still get like upset about my dog dying.
I can't even remember all the dogs we had.
Yeah.
I know we had Miska. That was a nice dog. We were sad. I think us kids cried about her. The neighbor shot her. We found her dead in his field with a bullet hole in
I guess
her.
that's the difference, like, between having a farm dog and just like a household pet.
We had
dog
our
was
wiener
inside with
dogs.
us.
Those were inside. And Ranger, which was the coolest one, he was like super muscular, and he would chase moose and everything, miniature dachshund. He got run over on the highway.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He was
That's
chasing
the downside of living near the...
our other dog,
highway,
Moxie, which was like a black lab type dog. She was in heat, and she was going across the highway to the neighbors. And he was following her because he'd follow her around when she was in heat, right? Because he was a male dog. Caleb and I found him, squished on the highway because we were trying to find him at night. We always put them in little crates at night. And we were ripping around on the quad. We found their tracks, and he was following her tracks. And there's like a train bridge that goes across the highway right near Mom and Dad's. And we drove out on that on the quad, and we could see him squished down there. So we went down and grabbed him.
That would be like devastating.
That dog, it was kind of sad. And then we had Chip, and we had the other stupid wiener dog, the female one. She was real. Amber, that was her name. But we sold them eventually because we quit raising them. But we had one dog that always tried to run away, and I don't even remember its name. We chained it to a railway tie, and we came home and it was gone, and the railway tie was gone. The whole thing, we never seen it again, ever. It left with the tie, somehow left with a railway tie and disappeared. And then,
We don't have to go through all 11
what
dogs.
else did we have? Well, I'm just trying to think. We had one named Duke, but I can't remember what happened to him. We had one where
That's wild.
it would chew on everything. So Dad got one of our neighbors to end its life for us, because it would just chew on everything. It would chew the seals off the garage door, like literally just chewed everything. That one I was a bit sad about. I remember I was a little kid then. It was like our second or third dog. Maybe not even. Might have been one of our first. But yeah, to me it's an animal. Animals die. People die. It's sadder when people die, but animals die. It's just an animal. There's more being born. And people die. It's like Marcus Aurelius says that no matter what age you die at, you don't lose any more or any less than anyone else. Because people are always like, oh, they died so young and whatever. You lose the exact same. You don't own the future. Can you control the future? No. You don't own the past. You can't change anything in the past. All you own is right now, and that's all you lose when you die is right now, the present. So no matter what age or whatever that you die at, you all lose exactly the same thing. And it's no more or less sad for anyone because you lose the same thing. It's an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap.
All you lose is the present.
I guess.
On that note, hey, if you want to join the podcast, talk about life, death, anything else. Mostly we need someone on here to argue with us. So any of you clowns that have opposite opinions as us.
You clowns. We'll do a virtual podcast. We don't have a fight.
No,
here.
I want them here. Be awesome. Another couple jammed on this couch and we just going at it, mad. We could use the big couch. Anyway, yeah, it'd be good. Talk to someone. But most people are too scared to go on a podcast.
Yeah.
Get on video, whatever. So anyway, if you're
They're
not
scared to.
Well, they're scared of what people think.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
my
to
parents, my
admit that they know
grandparents,
us.
whoever might. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Share it with your friends. Share it with your enemies. Share it with people that you think would hate
together.
it. Yeah. Comment some hate, love, whatever you want in the comments.
Hate
And
Duncan, but love me, please.
no, you can hate us both, whatever you want.
I'll cry.
She did cry. But yeah, do any of the above and hit us up if you want to have a conversation or you just want to hang out or you agree or disagree with something we said. See you next time.